prophets were written on the studio wall. Concert hall. And echoes with the sound of salesmen. Of salesmen. Of salesmen.
back because they may have taken leave of their senses. Tell them to go back, they're likely to forget where they are.
He's a rebel and a runner. He's a signal turning green. He's a restless young romantic, wants to run the big machine. He's got a problem with his poisons, but you know we'll find a cure. He's cleaning up the systems to keep his nature pure. Learning to match the beat of the old world man. Learning to catch the heat of the third world man. He's got to make his own mistakes and learn to mend the mess he makes. He's old enough to know what's right, but young enough not to choose it. He's noble enough to win the world, but weak enough to lose it. He's a new world man. He's a radio receiver, tuned to factories and farms. He's a writer and a ranger and a young boy bearing arms. He's got a problem with his power, with weapons on patrol. He's got to walk a fine line and keep his self-control. Trying to save the day for the old world man. Trying to pave the way for the third world man. He's not concerned with yesterday. He knows constant change is here today. He's noble enough to know what's right, but weak enough not to choose it. He's wise enough to win the world, but fool enough to lose it. He's a new world man. Learning to match the beat of the old world man. He's learning to catch the heat of the third world man. He's a new world man. He's a new world
Good afternoon, I introduce myself with a story to be told, you may need help. I know you were a headline for some time. Now you're part of a motionless mind. Lights have dimmed and times have changed, and the world is watching a different stage. Don't you think it's time we had a younger face? You can slip away with no
clouds prepare for battle in the dark and brooding silence. Bruised and sullen storm clouds have the light of day obscured, looming low and ominous in twilight premature. Thunderheads are rumbling in a distant overture.
Once the clouds are parted, light streams down in bright unbroken leaves.
The shifting shafts of shining weave the fabric of their dreams.
There he sits, drawing images on the causeway with small bits of chalky sketches on the lost days, and the rain keeps coming down, wipes them from the ground, and the rain keeps coming down, watching his life drown, dashing past. People circle around him with a laugh. A bottle must have drowned him, and the rain keeps coming down, wipes them from the ground, and the rain keeps coming down, change his smiles to frowns. None remain, not the friends or possessions. Who's to blame? With all
knows about. He says it used to be a farm before the motor law. And on Sundays I look the ice and off the turbine frame. Too far outside the wire where my white-haired uncle waits. Jump to the ground as the turbo slows to cross the borderline. Run like the wind as excitement shivers up and down my spine. So down in his barn, my uncle preserved for me an old machine for 50-odd years to keep it as new has been his dearest dream. I strip away the old debris that hides a shining car.
said, don't be late. Just don't be late. I wasn't sure if I'd hear you. I'm glad you're still alright. I've done all that you told me. I'm sure that they will wait. The time is made quite clear. If only they were not here. They don't know, they don't know, they don't know how far we've had to go. No, soon we'll see them, then you'll know that I have not delayed. He said, hurry and don't be late. You better hurry, you might be late. Just hurry and don't be late. You better hurry, you may be late.
yourself intact. Living in the limelight, the universal dream for those who wish to see. Those who wish to be must put aside the alienation. Get on with the fascination, the real relation, the underlying key.
just the right track.
Who's come to slay the dragon? Come to watch him fall, making arrows out of pointed words, giant killers at the call. Too much fuss and bother, too much contradiction and confusion. Peel away the mystery. Here's a clue to some real motivation. All there really is, the two of us, and we both know why we've come along.
watching everything complex grow. You gotta know, that's why I chose to tell you. Lately I've been watching everything complex grow. You gotta know, that's why I chose to tell you. That humble stance and timid glance makes your attention slow. You gotta know, there's no one going to help you. 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 Lately I've been watching a little complex grow. You gotta know, that's why I chose to tell you. That humble stance and timid glance makes your world turn so slow. You gotta know, there's no one going to help you. 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 a maze with its so many ways, but there's only one way to get out. He's a mouse in a maze with its so many ways, but there's only one way to get out. From all the other mice, sets out and hopes he's got it straight. His audience will grow as long as he is slow. They love to watch another man's mistakes. There's more of them arrive, his path is more disguised. Confusion seems to cloud his every thought. But it's been this way before, stares at the final door. The one he's missed each time he's been around. Everybody else is quick, they need no help. Why must it take him so long? When he's been this way before, stares at the final door. When he's missed each time he's been around. lights come up, I'll have my eye. Oh, still be careful, time to take care. Time to watch out, the light is shining over there. Be careful, time to take care. Time to watch out, looks like there's something up there. Once you mistook me for the menace, oh, if you'd only know. That last confrontation was just a warning, so that you know what would happen if you push me too far. You better stop the running round and listen, 'cause when the lights come up, I'll have my eye on you. I see a cloudless sky before me, and I'm searching for the ones. I'm searching for the ones that like to leave me so far behind them. And when I find you, all will fade away. Maybe I'll be back. Maybe I'll be back in some other way. Looks like there's something up there. You better stop the running round and listen. Stop the running round and listen, 'cause when the lights come up, I'll have my eye on you. I've got my eyes on you. Now standing on the sidelines, just watching how you play with the toys.